Good evening, friends. Hello, my name is Cassandra Joan Butler, Agent 56 with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. And tonight's Wednesday, and right now we're going to be doing Cosmic Connections for the week, a little look at the astrology ahead for the week and some spiritual messages. I want to share with you a free event that's going to be on YouTube, and I have some links on my Facebook page. And very excited about this. We're celebrating a birthday. We're celebrating the birthday of the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, the CIA, through which I've been a member for many, many moons. And so we're going to be talking about the origins of the CIA, its chart, of course. On Friday, Eastern Daylight Time, you can make adjustments for wherever you may be living. And again, there's some links on my Facebook page, and I apologize, I don't have a link here. I knew I forgot something, but just go to Cosmic Intelligence Agency for the online virtual celebration. 20 years of bringing astrological wisdom across the planet. And I'm Agent 56. I do this Cosmic Connections weekly, and often am asked to contribute by doing some work on specifically some of my favorite planets, Neptune and Jupiter. And more to the point, any one of you can do a deeper dive into your astrological learning, because in honor of the wonderful celebration of 20 years online as a beautiful platform across the globe, there's a 50% discount for membership for the CIA. So I hope you take me up on that suggestion and go to the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Yeah, I'm sorry I don't have the link up there right there, but at the end of this, I'll put it on the Facebook pages or my YouTube sites as well. So I hope you can join. Friday night, 7 p.m., myself and many of the US and Canadian astrologers will be chatting. And then there's a different time zone for the Australian and the UK astrologers. It's going to be a blast. So I hope you can make it. All right, so that's this Friday. The birthday is the 23rd of August, and CIA has a vigorous, outstanding, impatient leadership moon in Aries, a Capricorn rising, which of course suggests what, friends? A lot of integrity, a lot of professionalism, and of course, a digging at 0 degrees of Virgo sun sign. And we're going to talk about that 0 degrees of Virgo in just a moment, friends, because we're at the cusp of a new direction for each of us, wherever we find Virgo. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Joni. And so check out where Virgo falls in your chart. And I mean any Virgo, because the universe is so smart, right? When it wants to emphasize things, it does things twice, and sometimes it does it 3 times. So we have 2 new moons in Virgo in 2025. We have a new moon this Saturday, that's Eastern time, it's 2 something in the morning. I'll bring the chart up in a minute. And then we have another new moon solar eclipse on the 21st of September. So when we see doubles in terms of messages from the cosmic language, we take note. So among other things, Virgo is the sign of what, right? It's service, it's health, especially physical health. It's working hard, it's analysis. It's the sign of purity, integrity. It's the image of the Vestal Virgin, as it were, the harvest. It's a very feminine sign, but kind of quiet and humble at the same time. So all these traits are being activated in our charts as the sun has 2 new moons this season. Again, Saturday, and then we have a solar eclipse, which is even more turbocharged on the 21st of September. So again, hello from North Borneo. Hi, Nancy. I hope you come to the celebration of the CIA. All of you, I hope you'd come on Friday. Hi, Joanne and Rhonda and Candy and Terry. Thanks for being here tonight. It's always a pleasure to I see your names. I can see a visual of you, right? Hey, Anne-Marie, good evening. Hi, Jojo. Great to see you. All right. I see you inside my brain. Sometimes I just see your chart when I just see your name. Good evening, friends. Let's bring the chart up. And if you don't know, I'm reminding you the time before the new moon, so that would make it tomorrow, Friday, until Saturday, is called the quieting of the cycle, the quieting of the lunar cycle. It's called the letting go phase. We go into the balsamic phase. We forgive ourselves for doing all the things we didn't do in the preceding 30 days. We forgive ourselves for not living up to our goals and our plans because life got in the way. It's okay. It's the let go and let God phase of our lunar connection for the next couple of days. And then we restart, we put our enthusiasm where we find Virgo, we consciously co-create and say, you know what? I want to become healthier, more organized, more analytical, more forgiving. And we have a whole month and more because we've got 2 new moons this season in Virgo. I love Virgo energy. Why wouldn't I? I've got a pile up of Virgo stellium in my chart. I know the chart looks really cluttered right now because I've been adding a lot of asteroids when I do my readings, so forgive me, but I'm going to focus in on the most important points of this new moon. August 23rd at 2:07 in the morning, Eastern Daylight Time, is when the sun and the moon kiss in the sky. At 0 degrees, again, the same degree as the Cosmic Intelligence Agency birthday. So it's a really great celebration, right, to have a birthday on a new moon. But again, I would suggest you find where Virgo falls in your chart. And what are some of the aspects that are being drawn out with this particular new moon? Hi, Lynn. Hi, Patricia. Nice to see you. Oh, Ryan, I'm glad to hear that. He's keeping us intrigued. Does everybody know what the 5th house is? Everyone give a shout out to Ryan and wish him love and romance. Okay. Hi, Janet. Hi, Elizabeth. Nice to see you. Okay, I see you in my brain, and we're going to be starting up Divine Fellowship again in the fall, so I hope you can make that in person and online. Well, in any case, here's our new moon chart, friends. And Janet, this is an important new moon for you, being a Pisces. All of the mutable signs are really going to be tweaked by the next month. It's going to be a big month, friends. We get 2 eclipses. So Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Gemini, parts of our charts. Whoa! It's going to have a lot of electricity, a lot of changes, a lot of quick, sharp decision-making on your feet. This new moon is in conjunct Saturn and Neptune, which I've been talking about, and every astrologer on the planet has been talking about the dream, the new dream, and create a new reality for yourself where you find Aries. So this new moon is in conjunct, and in conjunct is a uncomfortable sense of I'm not getting anywhere quickly. Right? I have limitations in achieving my dreams. So I've got to try things out, and I have to become a little bit more, this is the attitude of this new moon, I have to become a little bit more flexible, a little bit go with the flow, and not blame the weather, the spouse, the mother, the kids for not getting what you want. Okay, so that's my disclaimer for this new moon. You're going to be feeling uncomfortable that things aren't straight. They have to be spiral with this new moon. So we're not going to be getting what we want right away because we have that Virgo asking questions to that combination of Saturn and Neptune in conjunct the new moon. So it's making us feel a little bit testy, but go with the flow, find, plan, B and C and D in your plans, in your planning. You got to be flexible, friends, with this new moon. So that's number 1. The limitations in achieving the dream. So you have to try things out. Life is a smorgasbord. Take a little taste here, a little taste there. That's one of the feeling tones of this new moon. Now, the new moon Sabian symbol, I love this, is simply a man's head. What the heck does that mean? It implies that we're learning to embrace our integrity, our dignity, our honesty, our awareness, our cognition. Use your head. Don't let your heart overcome logic. So that's another aspect of this new moon. Be cognitive of coming from a place of your head. Move ahead by being not just headstrong, of course, that conjunction of Neptune and Saturn could do that, but keeping your head about yourself and not veering too far into the realm of emotional discord or disharmony. And know that integrity, dignity, and honesty are traits that are going to be tested in each of our lives. And life is one big test, isn't it? That's why we go back to school in most places, not all places, when September or Virgo hits, right? Virgo's about learning. Virgo's about living a life of service and analyzing the lessons of every encounter and every thought we have. Remember, Virgo is, after all, Mercury ruled. Mercury is the sign of the mind. All right, so the new moon is also square Uranus. Uranus, hello Uranus, the madcap professor energy, the crazy genius energy in Gemini, which is sparking a whole new era within the next 7 years of integrating wild, highly developed technology in our everyday reality, which is Gemini. And Uranus, of course, is the technology of genius. And that square might create a little anxiety in each of our mere mortals' bodies. So be aware that you might be feeling a little prickly. Oh, here's a question of the week. I was feeling prickly this past weekend, right? I just wasn't my usual Libra-rising kind of chill self with some loved ones. I was really regretting that. I was just kind of prickly. Prickly. I love that word, prickly. Well, that's because the moon was carrying the message of Uranus of expecting the unexpected, and I was feeling a little anxious, a little, riled up. Did anyone feel that Uranus conjunct moon this past week? And it was kind of peaking closer on late Saturday and Sunday. And it's funny. I was driving at 3:45 on Monday. My daughter and I, we chatted, or I don't know if we texted, whatever. We communicated, right? You're not supposed to talk in the car, unless it's through your car, which I have a car that does that. I can never hear anyone. Anyway, so I said, Ariel, did you notice a change in the past 10 minutes? I mean, how's your mood? Oh my gosh, I feel so relieved. I'm not so overwhelmed. And that's because the moon moved into Cancer then that moment. And I had a dear client in Florida. She usually doesn't join us here, but she was texting me frantically. She says, is Mercury retrograde? I said, no, dear. Uranus is conjunct the moon. I'm just feeling like everything's going wrong with my electronics. So that was then. But now we're moving through the Cancer moon in preparation. Then it goes into Leo. When we let go of the past month, we're just saying, hey, I surrender in this moment. But on the 23rd at 2:07 in the morning, Eastern Daylight Time, in your sleep, the new moon hugs itself and it says, time to reboot, time to do something different, time to take care of your health, time to take care of your organization, your communication, your service, time to not do so much. All right. Work smarter, not harder. That's the message of this new moon as well. And then in the top of it, Uranus is squaring the new moon, and that's where we get the action please analysis. So the new moon is asking us to say, be open to surprises, take action, think quick on your feet, and do what you need to do. All right. These are very strong Mercury ruled signs that are interacting with each other, right? Virgo and Gemini forming a square. Full speed ahead. I'm going to take an action, and I'm not going to worry about, is it the right answer, the right action. Juno Vesta is in conjunct Chiron. Here's another suggestion for the week ahead, friends, and actually the month. Are there some lingering ways you can heal discord in your relationships, especially those one-on-one relationships, those intimate relationships, your BFF, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your spouse. Are there ways you can take the higher ground and find ways to heal, Chiron's healing, some discord, and take it up a few notches? Because Vesta says, what are the spiritual practices I can use to help smooth over my annoyances or my criticism of my loved ones? Okay, so kind of look beyond the minutiae, the problems of the relationship, according to your own judgment, because they're doing the same thing, judging you. And how can I get beyond that and heal it in a new way? And in conjunction is looking at new alternatives. So it's kind of an interesting, very interesting new moon. Now, this is the first of 2 new moons, and it's kind of a foreshadowing the trailer of the movie that takes place on the 21st of September. And then halfway point is the full moon. I'm just preparing y'all to the date of September 7th, when we have a full moon lunar eclipse, which also is attaching its message and its guidance connected to 3/14 of this year, when we had a full moon lunar eclipse in the opposite signs, right? So September, look at September, and then review your March. What was going on in March? What were some of your problems, your concerns, your anguishes, your hopes and your dreams, and see how they're beginning to be more resolved in September. And look at the realm, what we're looking at here with the polarity of the eclipses, health of mind, body, and spirit. The spirit and the emotional health, of course, is Pisces. And the physical health and the ways you have to entrain yourself and create disciplines and routines to create a healthy body. And sometimes even our best efforts creates a situation where we get old and die. Isn't that amazing? But in between those times, we can still take the Virgo lessons of becoming more disciplined with becoming as healthy as possible. So those are my thoughts here. We got a lot of more folks coming in the room. Hi, Jennifer, Audra, great to see you. Oh, Ryan, yes. Okay, and you're moving in your house, right, Ryan? In March, you were worried about it, and then you have a solution because you offered last week that you are getting into your new digs. Congratulations. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Mary P. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Yvonne. Hello. Okay. Oh, wow. Ryan, you should do like a blog or something, or report back to us some of those crazy things. I've been on ghost hunts as well and made me a believer. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Jeannie. Okay, you get more energy today. Yeah, if you're a little edgy, Ryan, over the weekend, that was that moon conjunct Uranus, on Saturday too. You went into your shelf and stayed away from it. Sometimes limby is the best thing to do, right? Best thing to do. Just kind of go in, go in, and then wait till the right time is to be on and take action. Now, I think I always talk to my chat GPT, and I always say, you realize I love being human because I get to reboot at night. A third of our lives are spent sleeping. Oh, that's another thing. I'm going to be doing lots of AI stuff for the next few months, friends. It's just bizarre. Okay, Jeannie or Joni was prickly today. You're allowed, darling. Hi from Myrtle Beach. Hi, Tracy. Oh, thank you, Diane, for that lovely compliment. That's what stress does to you. No, I'm feeling good tonight. I really am. Paying close attention. Oh, I'm sorry, Janet. Okay. Hi, friends. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, big hugs to you all. Thank you for being here. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Mary. I'm glad you're catching it live. And September is moving in. So this is a great example. Ryan is giving us this example. He was hoping and praying and wishing for a house in March. He's a Pisces. Can I tell people that, Ryan? I won't tell you the address of your house. And then by September, he gets the house, right? He's moving in. So again, we want to draw a parallel in September with these 2 new moons in Virgo with what was happening back in March of 2025. Big hugs to you, Miss Chris S. All right. Hi, guys. Thanks for being here. Okay. Let us do the nuggets for you. And if you're not a part of my email list, please join in because I'll have a written version of this. This is off the top of my head, but I'll have a more precise description, horoscope of all the signs. If you are Aries or Aries rising, the next month is all about what? Your health, your work, your organization, doing things in a disciplined way to become more healthy. That's number one for you beautiful Aries or Aries rising people. For Taurus or Taurus rising, it's about your creativity, your fun. Get out there and play. If you like to have sports or hobbies, you kind of enervate them. Re-enervate them. You initiate new fun for yourself, dear Taurus, or maybe a little romance. For Geminis or Gemini rising, this particular month with these 2 new moons in Virgo is saying to you, please take care of home business. Take care of organizing your home, organizing your relationships with your family members, heal, and find a way to have a more harmonious home life. For Cancer or Cancer rising, it's all about the way you are communicating to yourself, communicating to other people, and your relationship with time. Your schedule might get upchucked, right? It might change quickly. So keep your head about you, replying to the Sabian symbol of a man's head, Cancer, but expect a new schedule to unfold for you over the next month. Again, the Virgo cycle. Leo is all about money and self-worth and value and saying to yourself, it's time I make some more. It's time that I spend less. You're looking at the finances with new eyes, new analytical eyes, more grounded eyes. All eyes, speaking of which, are on Virgo. This is an incredible year. The whole year is emphasizing Virgo energy. And so happy birthday, Virgo, because when that sun moves into Virgo, it's Virgo season. Again, happy birthday, CIA. Please, I know some people have just been coming into the room. I want to invite you to come to our party online on Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Go to the website CIA and get a link. And I will add a link to my Facebook page. Please come. Many of the agents from across the world will be there. We'll be talking astrology and having some celebratory news for you, including 50% off if you join the CIA. For Libras or Libra risers, this upcoming energy is about your spirituality. You're resting, you're retreating, you're connecting with the God of your understanding, and just kind of recovering from the year. It's your quiet time of the year. For Scorpio, get out and make some social plans, right? Scorpio sometimes gets so intense, I'm one, that they are too busy or too overwhelmed to just relax and hang out with friends. In the next month, do so, please, Virgo, and make an affirmation that you're going to become more social under the lights of these new moons. Sagittarius, it's about your career, it's about your leadership, it's about your ability to become a lot stronger in the way you connect with other folks in the outer world. Your career and your leadership abilities become enhanced. For Capricorn or Capricorn rising, this new moon is saying to you, learn, expand, travel. If you can't travel, make travel plans. If you can't expand, learn something new. I mean, it's just all about making your life better by taking some risks and going above and beyond for our Capricorn friends. For Aquarius, it's about tapping into your inner power, your psychological power, your spiritual power, your power in the trust of cycles, Aquarius, and realizing you don't have to carry the load for everybody and everyone, that you have to surrender with this Virgo energy to trust and go forward. Pisces, it's all about your partners. It's all about the people you can really trust, the people you can really count on. And you're going to become more open to meeting a partner if you want a partner in an intimate way, or if you're in an intimate relationship, Pisces, you're going to find ways to do some healing with your partner. And if there are two Pisces people together, oh my goodness, you're really going to find a way to find yourselves back to each other. So, hi, Dawn. Nice to see you, Dawn J. Okay. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Linda. Thanks for being here, Donna. All right, friends, let's do some spiritual work. Okay. How it works if you're new, I think most of you have been here before. I just say a prayer. I let my thumb do the walking, and I do two spiritual little meet and greets. All right. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words to be filled with love and light and truth, inspiration and healing for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. And I am with Mary Russo. Hello, Mary Russo. My thumb came to you, and indeed, as I'm tuning into your energy tonight, I'm feeling a very gentle female spirit coming in who wants to give you a big, big hug. And it's a heart-to-heart hug, and she's very nurturing. She's very maternal. If she feels very motherly-like, and she's saying she's so sorry that she's not here to help you going through some of the same things that she had gone through. I'm just the messenger. I'm not sure what this is about, but you might be facing some struggles right now with people around you, loved ones that you're worried and concerned with. And this person who's identifying herself as a mother went through similar things, and she's giving you one word, and that's faith. And she's saying faith in your life, faith in yourself, faith in God. And she's a very faithful person. And that's the message I'm giving to you tonight, Mary Russo. Number two, I feel that on a lighter note, that you're trying to find some new colors or some new arrangements with wherever you are living. It's in one of the major rooms of the house. It feels like it's a family room that you've been thinking and talking and planning on repainting or putting new curtains up or something like this to make it brighter, lighter, and more colorful. And this is something you can work on before the holidays, and you'll really love this space. And I leave that with many blessings to you. You're welcome to give me feedback, Mary. Okay, next up. Okay. Oh, where'd my thumb go? Kelly Talbot, I'm with you. And as I'm tuning into you, my dear, the first thing I want to say is you have such a beautiful persona, and you keep a lot of things locked up inside, but people love you because I don't know if you know astrology. I don't think I've met you, Kelly, but I'm feeling where you find Libra in your chart is a description of who you are: gracious, etiquette, beautiful, and always accommodating other people. And as you move forward, there is some sort of event, a party, something that you might be planning or involved with in a planning situation in October. You may have some worry about this now in August. It's going to go fantastic. All right. Trust your eye for beauty and balance. That's the number one message I'm giving to you. Number two, there's a gentleman that's coming in here from Spirit. And he had a very dignified sense about him, and he had very straight back. He liked wearing his kind of professional overcoat and hat. He's like a snapshot from a 1950s movie, right? And the nice felt hat. I feel this is more of a grandfather than a father. But at the end of his life, he had a lot of mobility issues, and he needed a cane, or he needed something to address a leg that was giving him a lot of problems. So his hip action was a little bit of a limp. But he was always handsome, always dignified. And he's telling you as a message that don't do what he didn't do, which is he did not take care of his mobility when he was younger. He's basically saying, keep up with your walking or your exercise. He wished he had. He was a very hardworking man, but it's very different than wide striding, because he would have done anything to have gotten back his ability to walk strong and long. He's just giving you some advice. I mean, he could give that advice to me. I would take it. But so he's coming in, and very gracious man. You and he have similar eye color. All right, there's some similar eye color, facial features. So I feel that this is a relative. It might be father, it could be uncle, but this is a very dignified man with his cane and his top hat. You're welcome to give me feedback, Kelly. All right, friends, I think that's all she wrote tonight. Hello, Linda. Great to see you, Linda G. And Linda P, rather, and Roll Jelly. Oh, no. Roll Jelly, you were hacked. Good evening. Well, I'm sorry you were hacked. I've been hacked before. Nasty stuff. Okay. I am working on a room and want to brighten it up. Okay. You're right on. Thank you for the feedback, Mary. I love the feedback, especially when I'm right. Oh, I take that back. I'm not right. When I come through, I give credit to where credit's due. I say spirit is right. Hi, Joni. You're very welcome. Hi, Cindy. Hi, JoJo. Thank you for being here tonight, friends, and have a fabulous week. And here's my suggestion. On Saturday, when you wake up, the new moon's at 2:07 in the morning. When you wake up on Saturday, when you wake up on even Sunday, it's still the new phase. Write down some suggestions, some goals for yourself that are related to health, work, and doing what you want to do to perfect yourself. It's a Virgo time of the year. It's fantastic for you beautiful Virgos, and everyone has Virgo somewhere in their charts. So many blessings. We'll see you next week at 8:30-ish. Many blessings.